Here we go. Another day of the media disrespecting the Chicago Bears. What is going on, y'all? FaizSportsTalk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL here to talk about the Bears. So if you're a Bears fan and you're not subbed, I don't know what you're doing, but you need to. Go ahead and hit that big red subscribe button down below and go ahead and hit the bell icon to be notified every time I drop a new video because I drop new videos pretty much every single day. And finally, follow me on my social media, guys. Links down below on the screen for that, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. So I'm here to talk about the fact that the Bears keep getting disrespected by the national media. I feel like a broken record, but you know what? I got to do it again. Let's talk about it. So some of you guys might have already seen this if you follow me on Twitter. By the way, follow me on there. Power rankings. Yeah, you know power rankings? Yeah, those things that, the media puts out every single week after every Sunday. Or Monday, whatever, and basically you give the rankings of how the teams are, for the weeks leading up to that, right? So we're right now in about to start week 7, so it's the week 6 power rankings, right? Yeah, I checked those power rankings, and the Bears are not in the top 10 of a lot of them, notably ESPN and NFL.com, NFLfrickin.com, okay? They're not in the top 10, and the Bears are 5-1. The Bears are 5-1, have a top 5 record, not just in the NFC North, NFC, but in the entire NFL. 5-1, and they're not in the top 10. I didn't say top 5. I said top 10. And the funny thing is, again, the argument of, have the Bears beaten anybody? Yes, they have. I told you that argument went out the window when they beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I've been saying since the offseason, they're a Super Bowl contender. And you saw how dominant they can be when they waxed the Green Bay Packers. Okay? So can't bring that argument here. And it's just funny to me that the Bears keep getting left out by the national media. And I have a couple of theories. I think for me, what I keep going back to is the fact that I really think the media, and the national media, again, there's always exceptions here. I really think they don't want the Bears to be good in a sense. Because the theme for the Bears has been that they win ugly. And what does the media love? What does the national media love? What do we all feel like, everybody wants, which is offense, points, high scoring, exciting, fun. The Bears are not high scoring. They are certainly exciting if you're talking about a defense because they get after the quarterback. They create turnovers. They're fun to watch, but the offense, yeah, that's pretty vanilla. It is. They win ugly. Okay, it's a low-scoring game. The Bears games are not high-scoring. They're always low-scoring. And, yeah, they're not the high-flying octane offense. But you know what? There's a lot of high-flying offenses in the NFL this year, like the Falcons, like the Cowboys, and they're garbage. They haven't won anything. All right? They're doing so poorly. So, I believe the national media doesn't want the Bears to be good because they know that the Bears aren't exciting, fun, high-scoring, high-flying, octane, offensive type of team. They're actually the complete opposite. They win ugly. All right? So when you take a look at these power rankings, the perfect example is just looking at the team that they have ranked at the top or near the top. I'm not even talking about the Chiefs. I'm actually talking about the Seattle Seahawks. All right, the Seattle Seahawks have one of the, if not, I think the best offense in the NFL this year with the guy that I believe is going to win the MVP. I called it in the offseason. I'm sorry, I had to take credit for it, which is Russell Wilson. I love Russell Wilson. He's amazing. He's incredible. Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks are one of the best offenses in football this year. Their defense is atrocious. They can't stop anybody. We saw they're in shootouts every single week. The Cowboys, they've been in shootouts with The Vikings, like, they literally are in shootouts every week because Russell Wilson just carries them and he just puts up points. But we saw just a few weeks ago, right? It comes down to the wire against the Vikings. The Vikings that the Falcons are able to take care of and pretty much, blow out. So the Seahawks, with an atrocious defense but a very high-flying, fun, octane offense, are number 1 in the power rankings. But the Bears are not even in the top 10. Now, again, they're 11th in a lot of these, so right outside of the top 10, but not even top 10. So to me, this tells me the media, the national media, just does not want a team that is like the Bears with their play style to really make it far, right? They would rather have a Super Bowl with like the Chiefs, 49ers, than a Super Bowl like we know a few years ago. Remember the Rams Patriots Super Bowl? I think that was a very low scoring, like 13-3 or something like that. It was a really low scoring, boring. I get it. It was a boring Super Bowl. But you know what? Obviously, as a Bears fan, I could care less about, play style as much as the results. At the end of the day, I want wins, right? I don't care if you get them ugly. I don't care if you get them pretty. I want wins. And I will take an ugly win over a pretty loss any day of the week and twice on Sundays. Thank you very much. I always tell you guys that. And so to me, that is why I believe the media does not want to include the Bears in these power rankings. Is because they know that the Bears have been winning ugly and they don't want the Bears to be good because of the brand of football that they play in today's NFL. So again, it's going to be up to the Bears to literally force them to do it. And we've got a couple of tough opponents coming up. In which the Bears really have a chance here, folks. And honestly, folks, if you just take a look at these power rankings, right? I talked about the Seahawks, Chiefs. It's all about elite quarterbacks or fun offenses, right? Very few teams on here where you see they're a defensive team, right? We've got Seahawks, Chiefs, Steelers are a good defense, Ravens, Titans, Packers, Bucks. Bills, Saints. Again, I don't know. Saints are on here, but the Bears aren't, right? Saints have a worse record, but the Bears aren't in top 10. Rams shouldn't be above the Bears. You get my point here. So to me, I think that's what it is. I really think the media just does not want the Bears to be good because they know the brand of football they play. Obviously, we don't have a household quarterback here, and that's another thing, right? You go down the list, it's either elite quarterback or big name quarterback, right? Russell Wilson, Patrick Mahomes, Ben Roethlisberger, even if you don't think he's elite, he's a big name. Lamar Jackson, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Drew Brees. Like, you get my point here. It's always going to be about elite quarterbacks or big name quarterbacks, the primetime matchups, right? So that is the thing for the Bears, and that's why I believe they are not getting the respect. And you know what? I could care less in terms of, the results. I want the Bears to win, but I do want them to get respect. But all that matters to me is the Bears win. But I got to call it out. I got to call it out like I see it, that a 5-1 team just somehow isn't getting included in the top 10 of these power rankings, which is absolute blasphemy. All right? It is just awful. This should never happen, and we need to call it like it is. So let me know what you guys think. Am I crazy here? But I don't think so. I think this is the reason why the media just does not want to give the Bears credit, the national media. All right? Some of you guys are good out there with that, but that's where I'm at. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below if you're interested. As always, thanks for watching.